Welcome to Gist with Jonathan. Godswill Akpabio was the senior prefect, Federal Government College, Port Harcourt in the early 80s. I've heard different accounts of how he became senior prefect of FGC, Port Harcourt. One of the accounts alleged that he set up the senior prefect for an infraction, reported him to school authorities, and took over his position. Godswill was his deputy. One story about Godswill Akpabio that everyone I spoke to has confirmed is about his ambition. Most of the people who knew him in secondary school confirmed that Akpabio, also known as DJ Godswill, boasted that someday he will be the president of Nigeria. Today, Senator Godswill Akpabio, born December 9, 1962, is the 15th president of the Nigerian Senate. He is the chairman of the National Assembly. In this position, he is 2 heartbeats away from the presidency of Nigeria. Now, is there such a thing as 2 heartbeats from the Nigerian presidency? Well, what I'm trying to say is he is Nigeria's number 3 citizen. Godswill Akpabio is an avid chess player, or used to be. He is a lawyer and businessman who became commissioner in his state, Akwa Ibom, during the period Obong Victor Atta was governor of the state. Akpabio may not have been Obong Victor Atta's choice to succeed him, but he did. Someday we'll talk about how he got the nomination of his then party, the PDP, against all odds, to run for governor. Godswill, by most accounts, was a successful governor. His nickname changed from DJ Godswill to the Uncommon Governor. He claimed to have done uncommon things while governor. It may be true. I visited with him twice in Uyo during his time as governor. I was with him and the secretary to the Akwa Ibom state government in the governor's office the afternoon the mother of his commissioner for health was kidnapped. His NDDC just rushed into the office to announce the news. After his 2 terms as governor, he became a senator in 2015. He was minority leader of the Senate representing the PDP. By 2019, having been beaten by the APC Borg, he contested on that platform for re-election and lost to PDP's Chris Ekmenyong. He also lost at the tribunal and a rerun election in early 2020. Same 2019, after losing the election, Akpabio was nominated as minister by President Muhammadu Buhari. He served as the Minister of Niger Delta Ministry. The man's penchant for dramatics did not end in Uyo. At the Niger Delta Ministry, the real Akpabio was clear to staffers and people who had business with the ministry. Some described him as a powermonger. Some others said he was Machiavellian. Many of his colleagues in the National Assembly today see him as one who embodies the 2 attributes. Allegations of corruption, vindictiveness, and wickedness has followed him from the time he was governor of Akwa Ibom State. In 2014, Governor Akpabio amended the state's pension law signed by Victor Atta in 2000. Akpabio's version of that law was regarded as outrageous by most analysts for its profligate provisions. Unbeknownst to many, the law was passed to target Nsima Ekere, Akpabio's former deputy governor. Following a lot of disagreements, Nsima was forced to resign on October 31, 2012, barely 1.5 years into their 4-year tenure and 2 years before Akpabio passed that law. The pension law had a provision that would make Nsima ineligible for the state pension as he did not serve to the end with Akpabio. Even lawmakers who initially resisted that provision were forced to bend. On July 20, 2020, the House of Representatives Committee on Niger Delta were holding a hearing on corruption and financial malfeasance in the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. This was a day of drama. The acting MD of NDDC collapsed during a testimony.
Expenditure you make from 31st May till date are not. Excuse me, what is not finished by
Not long after, Godswill Akpabio, the Niger Delta minister, appeared before the panel for his testimony. Senator Godswill Akpabio alleged that Honorable Olubimi Tunji Ojo, the chairman of the Committee on NDDC, was one of the biggest beneficiaries of NDDC contracts. He also accused the National Assembly members of benefiting more from contracts in the NDDC. This earned a rare rebuke from then Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila. In the uproar that ensued following Akpabio's allegations, the acting chairman of the committee tried to shut him up. He was screaming on live television, "Honorable Minister, off your mic, off your mic."
Who are even the greatest beneficiaries? It's two people now.
Okay.
Because if you look at your chairman gave...
Okay, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, that's okay. That's okay.
Commencement of the
Can I
payment.
ask you that question? What is the benefit that the National Assembly is benefiting from?
It's
What
okay, it's okay.
Are you asking me the benefit of National Assembly?
Yes, you just said.
I just told you that we have record to show that most of the contracts in NDDC are given out to members of National Assembly, but you don't know about it.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
The two chairmen can explain to you. That is why I was a member. I was a member of the NDDC committee.
It's okay. It's okay.
Wait, you were a member of the NDDC and lot of you were a member of the NDDC in the 8th Assembly,
Yes.
and are you telling me that lots of jobs were awarded to you as a
No,
member?
this is a problem. That's why I said you
Then
must
you have the right to accuse people. Then why can't you bring up
Can you
the
please
people
listen
that?
to me? One of the chairmen
If
also...
you were not awarded a contract, then why are you coming here that you are aware that you were a member of the NDDC and lots of contracts were awarded to you? You said I'm not aware. I'm telling you that. Bring up those names.
May I inform my honorable sister that is why we have to change...
Honorable Member, Honorable Minister, please. It's okay. That is okay. That is okay.
But let me explain.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Let me explain
It's okay.
now.
It's okay.
You must not allow the two chairmen
It's
to
okay.
access the budget every
It's
year.
okay. Off your mic. It's okay.
Some people have pointed to the raucous hearing as the one of the very few times Godswill Akpabio has spoken the truth in public life. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, in an interview following the declaration of state of emergency in Rivers State, describes Senate President Godswill Akpabio in very unkind terms. He accused Akpabio of being corrupt and a harasser of women. Barrister Joy Nunie, former acting managing director of the NDDC, accused Akpabio of sexually harassing her.
Akpabio's meeting with me is either in Apple or at Meridian or whatever. Those are his meetings. I slapped him.
Well, Joy, are you accusing Senator Akpabio of attempted rape? Is that the point you are making? Or sexual harassment?
Harassment sounds better, not rape.
Okay, so you are accusing him expressly of sexual harassment?
Yes, I am accusing him.
She also alleged that Akpabio was trying to force her to take an oath to cover corruption in the NDDC, which was under Akpabio's purview as minister. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan made the same allegations against the Senate President. You would have expected that the first step the Senate would take, were it a body of wise and credible people, would be to ask the Senate President to step aside until he clears his name. No, they gave babbles on the floor of the Senate, stuffed their pockets and hid under the courts. All it amounted to was a gang-up against an alleged victim. These are not men and women who would merit any mention in profiles and courage. And Godswill Akpabio is symptomatic of the Nigerian political class. As part of activities to mark June 12, Democracy Day celebrations, the senator attended a church service at the Christian Center, Abuja. There, the Senate President said the following: "When I had the opportunity to serve as governor about 19 years ago, I started monthly prayer. Whenever there was militancy, kidnapping, and killing, I would ask myself, what if we were not praying?" Akpabio continued, "We must continue praying so that the evildoers and their sponsors shall be exposed. If they are in government, they shall be exposed. If they are outside government, they shall be exposed." Come on now. I remember joining one of those prayer sessions at his home in Uyo when he was governor. 3 Reverend Fathers officiated the Mass. After the prayers, I asked him what this was all about. He said to me that this was a daily ritual for him as he couldn't imagine surviving without prayers. It sounded good then, except that Godswill Akpabio's actions did not reflect the pious nature he has worked hard to show people. Senator John Thune occupies the equivalent of Senator Akpabio's position in the United States Senate. The Vice President of the United States is the President of the Senate. Senator John Thune is the Majority Leader. A cursory glance at Thune's political profile will reveal that he is a man of faith. Can you imagine Senator Thune calling on Americans to pray so that those who perpetrate insecurity in the United States will be exposed? The 10th National Assembly, which Akpabio is chairman of, have been the most abysmal and lackluster in the Third Republic. Has provided ever a corrupt gathering of men and women who rubber stamp everything the president does. Rather than ask the executive why, when some anti-people policies are brought, they ask, how high do you want us to fly, Mr. President? The problem of insecurity is mostly attributable to inadequate policies and implementation mechanisms. It is also a matter of incompetence. In that regard, Godswill Akpabio may be right that only prayer can help us, since the Nigerian government is incapable of developing the right strategies and capabilities to combat insecurity. Mr. Senate President, the government of the United Arab Emirates, UAE, supplied our government names and information about terrorism sponsors. What have you done with them? What have you done about recruiting experts on terrorism to advise you and your colleagues? And if it's the case that Godswill Akpabio, in his wisdom as a former commissioner, governor, minister, and now president of the Nigerian Senate, has determined that we're incapable of solving our security problems, he should be sincere, courageous to advise the president, his entire cabinet, and the National Assembly to resign en masse. We need God in our lives. Nigeria needs God in its affairs. Before I face these cameras, I call on God to walk me through. But I cannot call God to appear before these cameras in my stead. That would be mockery, and God is not mocked. Distinguished Senator, stop calling on God to do what he has equipped you and your colleagues to do. If you and your colleagues can't do or refuse to do the job, rather than calling on God, off your mic. Off your mic. Well, we end on a happy note today. My friend and brother, Barrister Osa Director, was today recognized and honored for his contributions to democracy in Nigeria by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Osa Director, also a journalist, was hounded and jailed during the military era for his work during the June 12 crisis and Nadeko. During my detention in 2008, Osa Director contributed to my legal defense from Lagos. My lead counsel was Ichie Chuks Moma, SAN, with barristers Ugochukwu Moma and Alozie Merengwa. We thank President Tinubu for recognizing this giant of freedom and democracy. Young man, I look up to you now. Well, that's an inside joke most of you won't get. It's our show for today. Happy Democracy Day. Stay safe and God bless you. I am Jonathan Elendu.
It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay.
Off
your mic. Honorable Minister.
You are like me. I was a member like you. I did not know what was going on.
Honorable Minister.
Yes, it's okay.